hold it in, you get what I mean? But this type of fat is the type that you cannot hold in. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Amanda, and if you're new here, welcome. Please do stick around by clicking the subscribe button down below. And if you're oldie, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about early pregnancy signs and symptoms, or pregnancy signs and symptoms, or what they don't tell you about pregnancy, or what you don't normally hear. I'm saying this based off of my own personal experience and general research. Note that every single pregnancy is different. So what happened to you in your first pregnancy might not happen to you in your second pregnancy, neither might it be the same with the third or the fourth pregnancy, as I have experienced that I'm about to tell you, give you the tea. So I'm just going to give you a rundown of the general early pregnancy signs and symptoms that most people usually experience. Then I would enter the section of what you don't normally see or hear, and then when you ask your doctor, they're like, yeah, it's normal for you to feel this way and it's normal for you to feel that way. So let's get right on into the video. Now the first one will be missed period. If you miss your period, your monthly flow, it's an indication that you should probably go take a pregnancy test or figure out what's going on with your body. Now note that pregnancy is not the only reason why you miss your period. Stress can also induce missed period, but the first sign, like hello sign, could be missed periods. Other signs could be nausea with or without vomiting, tenderness of your breast or swollen breast, like you just feel your breast being sensitive and a bit swollen, fatigue, increased urination. Some people experience constipation, some people experience diarrhea, some people experience spotting. I have never experienced spotting, but some people experience spotting. So maybe you see your period comes, but it's not as heavy as it used to flow, or it's more like spotting and not regular period. Then you could probably take a pregnancy test and see if you're pregnant. Other things could be moodiness or change of moods, or you're having mood swings, and then food deviation. If you see me looking down, I took notes on my phone. That's what I'm looking at. So again, food deviation, nasal congestion. So if you're having catarrh, cough, clogged throat, oh my god, I still have clogged throat. Like all the time I'm trying to like bring out stuff from my throat, and it's always very, very difficult. And then yeah, that's like the general one. Now let's get into the parts that I'm most interested about. Okay, now things that this is my own personal experience, so note that it might not happen to you, it might happen to you, but yeah. So now number one, fatting, like fat, is a sign of pregnancy. Because this fat is not like your regular fat. Like you would fat uncontrollably almost throughout the day. And you know, when sometimes as a lady you're outside in public, you want to fat, sometimes you can hold it in, you get what I mean? But this type of fat is the type that you cannot hold in. You just have no other option but to disgrace yourself in public. And maybe behave like it's not you and move away from that area. Plus it stinks so bad. Okay, now this is the one I have experienced, right? Another thing again I know I experienced was gag reflex. Now this pregnancy is the first time I'm ever experiencing gag reflex. I never experienced it in my first 3 pregnancies. So when I mean gag reflex, I mean like for like 30 minutes straight, I was just in the bathroom going like gagging non-stop. But I wasn't throwing up, and it wasn't because I was nauseated either. Like there's a difference between gagging and feeling nausea. Like I wasn't nauseated. it was gag reflex for like 30 minutes non-stop. My eye was red, my brain felt like it was about to explode. And then hobby helped me to Google some gag reflex remedies, and then they said lemon, ginger, honey, some kind of concussion, and then he helped me make it, and the moment I sipped it, it stopped. So that was one. Now, dizziness is a common pregnancy sign, which I never experienced before until this pregnancy. Okay, with this pregnancy, I was dizzy almost throughout the day. It wouldn't come and go. I would walk, I would have to pause so that I don't fall. I would breathe, I'll have to pause so that my head doesn't spill and maybe I don't fall. I want to walk out, I have to pause every 2 seconds. Like I was always dizzy during this pregnancy. It's a common pregnancy sign or symptoms, but I've never experienced it before until this particular pregnancy. Now, another strange thing that happened to me with this pregnancy was my inability to drink water. I couldn't drink water for the first couple of weeks. I think I just started drinking water like 2 weeks ago. And when I mean drinking water, I mean I would put the water in my mouth, but I cannot swallow it. It's just hooked there. I can't swallow it. It won't agree to go down. And even if I manage to force myself and take a few sips, the moment it passes through my throat, my system has turned upside down the whole day. Like I end up feeling sick, nausea, tummy ache, like my head is spinning all at the same time just from drinking water. And I started panicking at that point because I'm the type of person that loves to measure my water. If you're an old subscriber, you know I've showed a couple of water bottles that I've bought from Amazon before that I usually use to measure my water, and I make sure I drink up to 1 gallon a day. Now, go from someone that drinks a lot of water like that to somebody that's this, like water cannot pass down. It will refuse to go down, literally, or even stay down. So I had to ask my doctor, and then they said it was normal for some women to experience that, and that was the first time I'm ever hearing about that. Now I had this experience as well that was caused from heartburn, but this heartburn didn't feel like a heartburn. Okay, heartburn usually happens towards the end of pregnancy, or at least it happened for me towards the end of my pregnancy. But this time around, it happened to me like early pregnancy, which was strange. And not just that, I had this experience that, okay, at night, one night, I had heartburn, but it didn't feel like heartburn. So it woke me up from sleep at first, and it was like heartburn. Then the upper part of my belly right here, not my chest, because heartburn usually happens in my chest going down. But this one was not in my chest. This one was like the upper part of my belly right here. Just started hurting so bad to the extent at which I couldn't sit, I couldn't lie, I couldn't even stand straight. I was just hovering around, standing and hovering around, and I was trying to breathe to see if I could release it. And this happened for like good 10 to 20 minutes, and the pain just kept increasing and increasing and increasing until I couldn't take it anymore. And I got so scared, I started panicking. I had to wake my husband up and tell him that he should rush me to the hospital, only for me to get dressed and for him to get dressed, and then it just disappeared immediately. Now, mind you that within that 20-30 minutes it was happening to me, this was happening in the middle of the night. I already tried taking a couple of things to help me out, like cold water. I tried cold water, I tried milk. Yeah, I didn't try Tums because I didn't have Tums at home, but it didn't feel like heartburn again. So it didn't come to my mind that that could be heartburn. So when I got to the hospital and I explained this to my pediatrician, she said that it was heartburn, but it was at a very high increased level because I was dehydrated from not drinking water. So yeah. These are just a few strange things that would happen to you, like different things. This one is one I'm calling strange, but a lot of stuff happened to me, like the fact that I was feeling I went for Zumba class and I was fine. I'm still in my early stages of pregnancy, so this is not the time where you start saying your feet are beginning to swell or anything like that. And I've been wearing these shoes for a long time, so I went for Zumba class and it felt comfortable, it felt fine, and then I danced for like 15 minutes and my leg just started palpitating. Like it was just going douche, 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 douche. And I had to take off my shoe to see if it was my shoe, and it was. And I had to dance for the rest of the class barefooted. Yeah, so that's another strange thing that I know has happened to me. Um, just let me just tell you, if you're if you're pregnant, practically any single thing that happens to you could possibly be normal or must have happened to a couple of people. So they call it, yeah, it's normal for you to experience this. So don't ignore anything you feel. If you feel very, very uncomfortable, make sure you call your doctor or do your own research and all that. But yeah, these are my early pregnancy signs and symptoms and weird things that people don't tell you that happen during pregnancy that actually does happen. Let's not even talk about the mood swings because I mentioned it, briefly at the beginning, but man, the mood swings. This moment I'm filming right now, I might be smiling and laughing, and then the next minute I'm crying for no reason. But hopefully, maybe I'll be able to catch it one day on camera, and then you guys will understand what I mean. Like, absolutely no reason I'll be crying out my eyeballs. So that is another heightened mood swings and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Tell me which videos you would like me to make, and bye.